Am I the asshole for refusing to babysit our daughter? I, 29 male, bought my wife, 25 female, 2 tickets to visit her grandma in Italy next week. The other ticket was for our daughter, 4 female, since I assumed she'd be taking her. She says she wants a break, quote unquote, from kids on her vacation. I told her that was unfortunate since there's no way that our daughter cannot go if she goes, because I have work and I don't want to take time off to babysit our daughter for an entire week. I suggested we have someone else watch her, but we don't know anyone that lives close by who'd be willing to watch her. I do love my daughter, but I am not about to take an entire week off to babysit her. Am I the asshole for refusing to babysit our daughter for an entire week? Am I the asshole for making an uncomfortable joke when my friend told me her dinner table was full with family? Over the last 20 years, everyone in my close family has died. Both my parents are gone, my grandparents on both sides, all my dad's uncles, and anyone who is still alive are scattered out among the country. All I, 20 female, have left is my siblings and my brother-in-law. My friend, 23 female, comes from a different family. All the uncles, aunts, cousins, grandparents have monthly parties, stay in touch, have big celebrations, the works. All of them are still alive and active. I think she knows I'm sensitive to the topic, as I wish I had a big family, as she sometimes makes these comments like, quote unquote, "You know, when you get married, your guest list will be so small compared to mine, but hey, at least it will be cheap." At my mom's funeral, there were still a lot of open chairs, and she told me if this was a family member of hers, all the seats would be full. She is aware of my many, many deceased family members. I took some pictures of me, my siblings, and my brother-in-law cooking for Thanksgiving and us playing games at the dinner table and posted them on social media. She texted me privately saying we looked like we were having fun, followed by pictures of her huge family, and remarked the dinner table was full of family. This is where I may be the asshole. I replied, "Lovely, have fun. We'd have a full table too, but with the snow, it was too hard to dig everyone out of their graves. Ha ha." She was silent for a few hours, then replied that joke was morbid and made her uncomfortable. And I really need to check my attitude. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for going to my parents' house and leaving my fiance at home after she said she wanted to bring her own food to Thanksgiving? Me and my fiance, we're both in our 20s, have been together for 3 years and had a long distance relationship. This is supposedly her first Thanksgiving with my family. My mom invited us to attend Thanksgiving dinner, and when I told my fiance about the invitation, she asked about what was prepared for dinner, and I said the traditional dishes every home prepares, and she made a face and said she'll accept the invitation and go, but will bring her own cooked food with her. I was shocked. I asked why, because as far as I know, she's not allergic nor vegan, and she hasn't even tried my mom's cooking. She said that it was just her choice and wanted to eat something else to add new flavor for Thanksgiving, since she was always forced to eat the same old traditional meals every year by her family. I was mad. I told her it would be disrespectful of her as a first-time guest at our family's Thanksgiving, but she said it was better than telling my mom to cook other dishes specifically for her. I told her no, she cannot bring food with her, and if she insists, then she needs to stay home and not come with me, because I'm not about to let her offend my mom's cooking. She got all dramatic, almost crying, saying I was being controlling and that I should just let her come and bring her own food instead of overreacting like that. I stood my ground, and she kept saying she wanted to bring food and that she wasn't willing to go hungry to please my mom. I had it at this point, and I got ready to go over to my parents who live hours away. I got in the car with my stuff and left her behind crying. Then she started calling me saying I should not have went and left her alone at home and that I was wrong for making this my hill to die and causing her to miss my mom's invite. I'm at my parents' house right now. I made up some excuse as to why my fiance didn't come, but I'm still bothered by what happened, especially when she keeps guilting me for leaving her behind, calling me a selfish jerk and whatnot. Edit to add. Oh yeah, she was actually planning on bringing an entire cooked meal, so I wasn't just talking about some side dishes to share with the family. That would have been a different story. So, am I the asshole for this? Am I the asshole for not giving my neighbor's kid a break? In my town, there's a tradition that the night before Thanksgiving, kids do minor vandalism around town. It's similar to mischief night in some areas. I always warned my kids that they were not to participate. About 10 years ago, my son Tim, who was 17, decided to disregard this and hit our neighbor's house. They ripped out several shrubs, toilet papered their trees, threw eggs at the house, and sprayed silly string all over the property. I found the receipts in the trash. I confronted Tim. I took him to the bank, made him withdraw his entire savings from his first job, marched him over there, made him apologize, and hand the money over. I told the neighbor, Bob, that we would cover any additional costs that Tim would be coming back with his friends to clean up the entire mess. Bob thanked us, said he didn't want us on his property, and to leave. We left, and about an hour later, a police officer arrived. After an interview, Tim was charged with vandalism and released into our custody. Because of the honor code at school, Tim lost his office as student council vice president, and we had to pay for an attorney. And Tim almost had his acceptance letter for his first choice college rescinded. Revoked. In the end, he paid a fine and did community service. While I wasn't happy with Bob, I never blamed him and told Tim to look in the mirror when he wanted someone to blame. This morning, I woke up to my irrigation system and several small shrubs ripped out, several lights on my house smashed. Derogatory and vulgar language spray painted on my garage, and eggs all over the house. It is thousands of dollars in damage. I looked at our cameras, 2 of which were destroyed, and it was Bob's son, Nick, and several of his friends. I called Bob and let him know what happened. He replied, "You're wrong. He was here all night," and hung up on me. I called back and told him I had it on video, and he replied that I was mistaken and hung up again. I called back, got his answering machine, and informed him that I would be calling the police and the school. The high school has a major championship football game next week. College scouts be there, and Nick is supposed to play. If I call the police and school, his season will be over. Bob called back and said that he wanted to see the tape, and if it was Nick, he would make him give me the names of the other kids. I told him that I expected that regardless, as well as money to cover the damage. Bob said we should pursue the other kids as if Nick was there, he was just tagging along, and they would not pay for any damage. Based on this video, though, this is false. He told me that I'm evil and spiteful for even considering ruining his son's future over a prank. There is no question, by placing that call, Nick's future will be damaged. My wife thinks I'm being vengeful over 10 years ago, and I need to work it out without the school and police. Would I be the asshole to move forward in this way?